everyone, this is Jun here. I'm sorry, I hope people didn't hear the fan in the background. It's been a long time since I made a video. There's so many videos that I want to make, especially I continue my series on the historical and the biblical case of perspicuity of scripture. At the same time, making many more like continuation videos of, why, you know, apostolic Christians should not really appeal to infallible authority and apostolic succession. Uh, but for me, I have been dying to make a video now ever since I watched Canon and Creed channel, uh, created by Miles Christian. I don't know if Christian is actually the last name of him, but it's Miles, and he's one of the best Protestant apologists, and he makes amazing videos that I just probably can never ever make videos like him. And there are some great constructive criticisms that people have given me, which uh I'm contemplating at times because I did have my stuffed toys that I was showing in my videos, and I'm pretty sure people didn't like it because the views really like dropped bad. But I did it because I'm not just making videos for the general audience. I'm actually making videos for my girlfriend, and I want her to get into theology, and that's why I was also making it for her. And one of the best ways for me to, attract my videos with her is to show her favorite stuffed toys. Um, I may still do it time to time, and if people don't watch it, it's fine. But please, people, if you still watch my videos, pray for me. Ask God to tell me what to do. Because obviously what He wants matters the most, not what I want. Um, at the very same time, I also have been going to school since the summer of June 23rd. It's like a month-long course, or a month and one week, and the course was just the pace was too fast. One week there's a uh, 1 hour reflection tutorial, and then the week later is the midterm, and the week after is it's the essay, and then the week after some other presentation or something else is due. Oh, it's too much. But some other people whose tutorial is different day from mine is going to have the reflection on Monday, and then 1 day later. So after Tuesday, they have the midterms, and then the week later on Monday they have an essay due, which is just brutal. Sorry. So I just wanted to explain why I had it taken a long time to make a new video. But even before that, I was just busy trying to complete the course complete my other course I took in the summer. I had daily headaches every day, and that really affected me from completing a course that I took in the summer. I'm sorry if you guys think it's too personal. Now, I've been watching so many videos, and I want to make a video, but the last straw that really broke the camel's back is really a video that I just watched like I think 20 minutes ago, made by On Planks and Pieces. He seems like a genuine Protestant, and there are so many things that he said that I really share the same sentiment. But for me, I hope that he can just take what I say in a loving and constructive way, and not, get offended, or, I hope he doesn't just get offended or think that I'm being rude. Now, for me, videos like his, I'll be honest. I'll be honest to everybody. I think videos like his is the reason why there's a problem. There's a problem with Protestants and Protestantism in the first place. And the thing is they will always say, oh, you know, the idea seems really nice, but in practice it's just bad, and all we have is anarchy. You know, no, the whole church is ahistorical. They do whatever, and just your own interpretation of scripture. It's just all confusing, and how we apply sola scriptura and sola fide in practice just seems like, you know, impossible to really understand. It's all confusing. And again, it feels like the church is absolutely divorced from history, and we're not really going for worship. It's really like a concert, or, it's just a bunch of nothing. But for me, okay, I get these concerns, and I really face it a lot in many churches that I've been to in my life. And most of the time, every single church that I've been to, it feels like a community gathering. It's not really going to church at all. But the problem with this type of thinking is, oh, this is not my problem. It's theirs, and they're not doing anything about it. So I'm gonna leave. And it's because of thinking like that is why we see these Protestant churches ahistorical, confusing, archaic, and it just doesn't feel like a church anymore. Because the people who really want to go to church, and really had the, authentic, his traditional, rich in history and other type of experience, right? Those who really yearn for that just leave and abandon the Protestant churches. Instead of trying to restore what it was, what it once was. I can say for 100% sure. Now, who's that guy's name again? I'm sorry, everybody. On Planks and Pieces. Okay, I am. He, as he says, he's not a theologian. Okay, I'm not a theologian either, but I study theology a lot, and I'm very confident to say that the churches that were founded by Martin Luther and Chemnitz and, John Calvin and all the other reformers, even if apostolic Christians disagree, even if all Planks and Pieces disagree with many things that they taught, I think they can honestly come to the conclusion that these churches, okay, really cared about history and worship, which they did. It's a fact, and no one can deny this. They quoted the church fathers when they are debating with opponents, but they quoted church fathers in their homilies a lot. Okay, I mean, many people don't even know this, but John Calvin and the early Reformer churches actually had icons. Many of them did. Now it's all gone. It completely disappeared in the face of the earth. I mean, the way the churches look now, it looks nothing like when the Reformers had their churches. Okay? And for me, is it really impossible to get back there? We can ask about what went wrong. Is it really sola scriptura? Max Weber would say that sola scriptura eventually led to capitalism and secularism, because everyone started to think on their own way, and eventually they apostatize themselves with their own use of rationality, and at the very same time, in regards to capitalism, he'll say that, you know our doctrine, justification by faith alone, truly, or not justification by faith alone. I'm sorry. The doctrine of double predestination is what ended up leading to capitalism, because many because the reformers and the early Protestants didn't separate spiritual works with just regular works, and so the ways that we can tell how we're saved is just by works in general. They work super hard to try to truly legitimize the fruit that they have for their salvation, and eventually, the more the world got secular, it truly led to capitalism. And there are Protestant theologians like Matthew Barrett and Gavin Orland and others that would completely deny this, and many Protestants may deny this. But I do think that that it could be true that the unintended consequences of Reformation could be sola scriptura and double predestination. But regardless of this, it doesn't mean that what the reformers taught ultimately leads to there, because even Catholicism and Orthodoxy is severely affected, and there are many churches that are going progressive in these churches, regardless of what they say, it's happening, right? And it, these churches have little to nothing to do with sola scriptura or double predestination at all. But they're getting secularized, and many churches are deviating. And even Trent Horn, feels like he should create some similar movement like what Redeemed Zoomer is doing, the Reconquista, and try to reclaim many Catholic churches to go back to his conservative traditional roots. Now, for me, it doesn't really matter about the causes. What matters above all is we should do something about it. But these people are doing nothing and they're just leaving. And sometimes I think another reason why they're leaving is they're scared. Oh, what gives the authority for me, right? To make my own church and bring change, right? Like what authority do I have by that? Unless I commissioned by God, but I don't hear any voice from God or any vision or dream, whatever. And that could be a genuine concern, but there are so many ways a true loyal Protestant could do to try to bring back the churches that we have today the way the reformers had. Because at the end of the day, what the reformers had was beautiful, and actually, tons of archbishops, cardinals, just regular bishops and priests we're leaving the Catholic Church left and right like there is no tomorrow, and we're joining the Reformation churches. Even in the East, Cyril of Charis truly saw something legitimate from the Reformation circles. So there has to be something special there. But now there isn't, because everyone just abandoned it. And so for me, the solution is don't leave, stay and fight. Do what you can as a YouTuber, or do what you can in whatever way you see fit, and ask God's guidance to truly try to do whatever it takes to bring back many churches and many people to its traditional roots. And the change starts within yourself. There are so many people that left Protestant church, and they thought that the grass is greener on the other side, and they go to a Catholic church, and yeah, these churches don't even cite any fathers either. And the sermons, they think it's really boring. They think it's even worse than Protestant services. No, I don't know about many Catholic masses in other countries, but in Canada, most because I'm Canadian, and American, since I've been to some of these places, many people feel they just don't feel relatable. Even some Orthodox churches. Like there are some Orthodox members that are generally confused about what's going on because they just keep moving back and forth, and it can be very chaotic. And sometimes it doesn't even feel like worship. Many of them admit it, but yet they keep saying, "Oh, I'm going to the true church that Jesus Christ founded." But I just want to bring these up because uh, Unplugged Pieces is voicing out the concerns that he finds in Protestant circles. But all I just wanted to say is you can find similar problems or the exact problems in these churches too. You're not gonna get an upgrade. In many churches, you kind of find places where you feel like it should be worship, but it's not, and it's a fact. But for me, there's so much hope for the Greek Orthodox and other Eastern Orthodox, Oriental, and Catholic churches in the West and all over the world because there are tons of many people that will not leave, and those who are theologically well trained compared to other Protestants who are theologically well trained, are deeply committed to these churches and will do whatever it takes to do their part to make these churches truly a place of worship and to truly live out the faith the way their predecessors did and the way how the apostles have founded their church. Now, people could say, oh, your church was not founded by an apostle, but we came from the Catholics. It was a reform movement within the Catholic Church. So for me, we have all the right to claim apostolicity in some form of apostolic succession, just like any other, Orthodox and Catholics. But I feel like I've been rambling for some time now. It's just 15 minutes. I'm so sorry for the ramble, and I really hope on Plex and Pieces listens to this. Now, I wish that this video could be shorter, and there's so much more things to say. There's a lot of things that he pointed out, a lot more things about sola scriptura and justification by faith alone that really needs more, how do I say, more robust and more deep analysis and rebuttal. However, to keep this very concise, I would really recommend On Planks and Pieces to really read guys like John Calvin, Thomas Manton, and others. And I understand that the justification by faith alone can be very complicated, uh, and sometimes I struggle with it. But I feel like if he really reads the reformers and what they taught about justification, and even sola scriptura, he'll get a better understanding of the position where they're coming from. Even I will urge him to read Martin Luther's Epistle of Straw. Many people, there was one honest Catholic that made a video about how they should stop bashing Protestants about their doctrine of justification by faith alone, and how many Catholics and Orthodox really engage in outright misinformation, claiming that Martin Luther wanted to get rid of James because he contradicted it in his doctrine. But if you just look at Epistle of Straw and his later works, his main reasons of why he wanted to take out the Epistle of James had nothing to do with his belief in justification by faith alone. It really had to do with the very fact that he thought not much of Jesus had been mentioned. He didn't really feel that that book really was going into the era of the apostles in the first century. He didn't feel like that letter took place in the time when the apostles lived. And at the very same time, this book was part of the Antilogovna books. So he wanted to put it in a lesser category because that's what Eusebius has documented in the days of the early church, which has nothing to do with justification by faith alone, all to do with history and other reasons. So, on Pikes and Pieces, really consider what I have to say. Please don't get offended. If you truly believe in the Protestant doctrine, but you just don't think that there are any good churches that is truly living out the faith, then ask God on what to do. If God's telling you to lead, then I respect the choice. But you, as you said, you're aware of some problems in the other side. So why don't you try to do your part to try to make the churches around you and other Protestants to really be faithful to history, tradition, and other things, so that we can all enjoy what we once had. You have a power to do it. So same as me and everyone else, we can all do this together. God bless you on Plex and Pieces. God bless every Catholic and Orthodox and Protestants and all the Christians in the earth. May God use every one of us as a vessel of His glory and to carry on His will, but not our will. Again, if there's any mistakes that I did, please let me know, everybody. God bless you.